And we're live.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know where you are, but it's definitely a good day today because today we're talking with Moonbeans. And we will learn a little more about this revenue sharing NFT platform that is native for Moonbeam and Moonriver. And we have the team behind it. Here we have Miami with us. And she will talk a little bit more. But before the introductions, I just want to mention that we're going to have a trivia at the end of this podcast. So stick to the end. I think He-Man already posted the Kahoot link over there. So you guys already have those. Be ready because when we are finishing, we're gonna start the trivia and we're gonna have some rewards for you guys at the end. All right. So Miami, welcome and thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been a while in the making, I guess.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here. I personally follow up some of the collections that you guys have over there.
Cool.
The Damn Pirates was one of I was very interested in the beginning, and I was like navigating a little bit through the platform. And the first thing that I have to mention is, wow, you guys did a tremendous job in the user interface over there, the design. This is a very cool NFT marketplace.
Wait till you see what we're working on. It's just
Uh,
we did this really quick. I think we coded at least 80% of this in under 2 weeks. Me and Small Bean, who is like my partner in this, like the main partner and co-founder. We are both the developers, and we kind of wanted to rush through this just to show that we had the skills. And now we're like going the slow approach of actually designing stuff out and like fully actually thinking through our flows and stuff. So I think at least I'm excited for what's coming in the future for the full product, and I hope you guys will be too.
yeah, well, only 2 weeks to develop.
The vast majority of this, yes.
Really,
We
really,
added features. We've been adding features since then and stuff, but
right.
most of it, yeah, like the design that you like the most, like the base of the website and everything was 2 weeks.
That's cool. Maybe before we jump into Moonbeans, can you tell a little bit more about yourself and the team behind it?
Sure. So yeah, I go by Miami. It's like my crypto pseudonym. It's a play on my real life name. So I've been a front end developer for about 7, 8 years now. 8 years probably pushing now. So I've been a developer, yeah, front end developer. Um, yeah, just focusing on front end because I just love front end and I love the user experience. And Small Bean has been a back end dev for about 6 years, I believe, 5, 6 years. And so yeah, as combined have about, yeah, what is that, 14, 15 years of experience in development. And then we have other team members that we've been getting from the community and trying to kind of build this out, a more fleshed out team. So we have someone for marketing and someone for kind of business operations. And we also have what we call beanie bounties. So like people from the community can code for us and we pay them in beans or USDC on like a per feature basis. So some people have done that, boost damage. He does it a lot. Nice groceries. You Sorry, I was reading the messages I was getting about this, about my kitchen being in the back. But anyways, yeah, so the team is just a bunch of people that met on crypto and love crypto, and we realized we have the skills to actually launch something, and we figure we want to launch something like this. Do you want me to get into Moonbeans right now, what it is, or it felt
Yeah,
like a
yeah. And
nice segue?
just to conclude, like everything started with you two, right? Both of
Yeah,
you got
me and
together and said,
Small Bean.
let's do that. And,
Hmm.
okay, yeah, maybe we can jump into Moonbeams. Like what?
Sure. So yeah,
Explain.
basically when we launched, I've been following Polkadot for a long time, basically since I started crypto. And it was like a segue from Atom to Polkadot, and then I kind of fell in love with Polkadot, and I was hoping it was going to be everything I wanted it to be. And so far, it hasn't disappointed. When Moonriver launched, we were one of the first projects and one of the first people in the ecosystem in general. If you were in the ape groups, me and Smalls we're apes. We've been recognized by the community as apes. Basically, we used to ape a lot of shitcoins. Basically, now it's I've toned it down a little bit. I think he still does it, but So we built the community from that. And then we were like, okay, well, we have the skills to actually make something. So we asked the community what they wanted to see, what they thought would benefit the ecosystem the most right away. And it was an NFT marketplace. They wanted an NFT marketplace that was open. So like anybody could list in it and stuff. So it wasn't just, so it was more for the community, like more anybody can use it, as opposed to like other marketplaces that already exist are more tailored to their specific products, like Moonsama. And so we did that. We coded it in 2 weeks. That's why it was 2 weeks of coding, because we had no idea we were making an NFT marketplace basically before that. We had experience messing around with stuff like this, so it kind of went really fast. And I mean, now I drank the Kool-Aid. I am deep in NFTs. I believe in them. I love them. And I love everything that NFT communities are building around them. So we want to build out a full product about this. So basically Moonbeans right now is an NFT marketplace. We're trying to make it to be more community driven and profit sharing in aspect. So basically two-thirds of the fee we take go, 1/3 goes to buying back beans, and it's a way of helping out, like kind of just adding value to beans themselves, the token. And then people that hold beans get value that way. And then we also have Beanies NFTs, which are basically our in-house NFTs. And those give you also a cut, the 1/3 of all profits per, like not per NFT, but like divided between all the 462 NFTs of that there are. Other than that, what else about Moonbeans? Yeah, so our focus with the full product is that we want it to be more artist oriented and collector oriented. We want to focus on the art, like how to explain. So basically, I think almost every single NFT platform I've seen has been very investor driven and not artist driven or kind of collector driven. It's very like, here you open the page and you see a bunch of prices, you see the price history, you see all these charts, all these graphs, and that's nice to have. But I feel we're trying to build a product that hides it away from the user. So if the user wants to find it, they can easily find it. But the first time a user clicks, it'll just be like a nice screen focusing on the art. We'll work on having more white space so that the art is more prevalent and people can just kind of feel more like an experience as opposed to like a marketplace. And we want to be able to have all the other tools of a marketplace just abstracted away so that if someone wants to use them, they can access them, but people that don't in general don't have to access them. And that's kind of like a quick intro on everything Moonbeans, I guess.
Yeah, what I really like what you said is about the art part of the NFTs, right? Because we're living in this world like in the past few years, in the past year that we are experiencing NFTs, and there's a lot of hype, and then goes down. There's a lot of price driven NFTs, right? And we try to see like what collection is gonna be hyped or so on, but there's an intrinsic value to NFTs. Like it's what you're saying, right? There's the arts behind it. There's the community. I think that's what I completely share this vision. That's what NFT is about, right? It's about
Mhm.
this intrinsic value much more than just the price of the NFT.
Yeah, the utility, the art, the community built around it are, in my opinion, also more important than like seeing like a thing go to the moon and back down or whatever it does. Because at the end of the day, one's speculation, the other one is just adding value, in general value to the world. And I feel the same way about that.
Yeah, and it's amazing that you guys accomplished that in 2 weeks because I feel that we're gonna go afterwards with the demo, right? You guys gonna share it a little bit, but
Yeah.
the interface kind of shows that, kind of depicts like, this is an artsy place where we have a cool design and it looks like a very community driven, like it speaks the language of what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, that's our goal. We want to make it so that it's clear from the beginning, especially this product, like the current minimum viable product we have is a little more difficult because we did it so fast. But with the future one, we're hoping that, yeah, the moment you load the page, you can see what we're about, you understand. And we also want to build like documentation on the site that will automatically help artists. Because the problem with crypto, that in my opinion, is that crypto is very kind of segregated from the rest of the world in the sense that to be into crypto, you either have to be like super into the technology or super into investment. Like there's some artists, but we're leaving other communities behind. And they do not like the fact that like it's so investor driven. Like there's many artists that I have, all my friends are basically artists, and most of them hate NFTs because they're just like, this is just money grabbing. Like they don't like it. And we're trying to build an also educational part of the platform that will make it so that we can try to onboard them and kind of drag them. Oh, my roommate's behind. So we can drag them. We can drag them from like the real world into NFTs, because the more artists and the more creators we have in the space, the more the platform and crypto in general has more value. Kind of like if you look at Twitch, when Twitch started, it only had a few streamers and it had no value. And now it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, like kind of revenue earning websites. And it's because there's so much content, so many content creators, and it's really easy for them. So we kind of want to make the same thing, but in terms of NFTs and art. If we can drag people from the real world into this, then it's like we made it. Like it's great. And we're making more adoption. We're building more value. We're doing all these things that are going to help. So I feel like current marketplaces are very bad at that. They segregate. They build a bigger divide between people who are not into crypto and people who are in crypto. And we're trying to not do that, because it's all the reasons stated before.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, I think most of the marketplaces is price oriented, right? You see
Mm-hmm.
like the most hyped collections and so on, and definitely when we go to Moonbeans, you see there's something different, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just
We're
another
trying. Yeah,
marketplace. Yeah, I can definitely
we're
see that.
trying.
Tell us a little bit more. Why did you guys choose Moonbeam and Moonriver to start with?
Yeah, I'm repping the hoodie now.
Yeah,
I'm going
yeah,
skiing on Saturday, and I'm gonna be wearing this too. Um, I go out on the streets in my city wearing this sometimes too, and people are nobody noticed. Nobody has been like, "Wait a sec, that's
right.
Moonriver yet."
Yeah,
But
that's
someday it might be a thing.
yeah.
Like I mentioned, I've been in Polkadot for a while. I've been keeping its. I'm very tech oriented. I like technology. I'm a programmer, and I like what Polkadot was trying to set up, or I guess set up. All these things are just make the developer's life a lot easier, especially from their end. Like being able to do like runtime upgrades and stuff like that. That's like it's crazy good. Like it's just programming amazing. And basically, I've been following Moonbeam and Moonriver for a while. I wanted to ape everything I had into Moonbeam crowd loan, but then I had some KSM and I was like, I'll just like, I like Moonriver, I guess. I'll throw some into Moonriver. Probably the best financial decision I've ever made in my life. But it allowed like basically put me in a position where I can start kind of bankrolling this project and stuff. Not to the degree that someone like Donnie can bankroll a project, but to some degree. And it's been working out pretty well. And the moment that the chain was live, we were already in there aping coins basically, and then we realized we could make our own kind of thing to help the ecosystem. I believe in the whole multi-chain future. That's the number one reason we went into Polkadot. Like Vitalik even said, it's not bridges are nice, but bridges are not sustainable, and we need a way that we can have basically a bridge built into the protocol layer by itself, like already out of the box, and Polkadot's doing that. We're not quite there yet, like still missing a lot of features, but you can start seeing assets between chains, and in the future it's going to be like so easy to use, and it won't be done just through like the Moonbeam website. It'll be able to be done from other people's websites too, I think, and that just make the learning curve to get into crypto a lot easier. Like normal people don't want to have like 10 wallets, one for each chain, and trying to figure out how this works and bridging back and forth. They just want to be able to see their assets and whatever they have. And there's already people kind of working to elevate Polkadot for that too, like Talisman Wallet. They've been doing a pretty good job at it.
Yeah.
Spirit Clan. But anyways, they that's what we need for crypto. We need crypto to be so easy to use that people go in. Like when the internet came out, it wasn't used by the average user that much. Like I remember being really young and my parents being like, no, we don't need a computer or the internet at home. Like what is that? Who cares? And I'm just here like, what? But basically then kind of the social media apps started coming out, like MySpace and stuff, and they really drove adoption because they were so easy to use and people were realizing that they could do interactions that they did in real life through this. And that was like a use case. Plus the ease of use of that use case. So if we can achieve the same for crypto, I think it'd be the same kind of setup where we see an exponential ramp up in terms of users and what it's actually being used for.
Yeah,
So I think it's fun.
you know what is very I like a lot of what you said, because bridges are good, right? I mean, they are definitely helping out. We are exploring
Mhm.
all the ecosystems, no way. But it's like you said, like I feel the same thing. Like adoption is increasing every day, and we're
Mhm.
making life easier for the average user in general. But when I applied to become an investor in Moonbeam, this is what one of my speeches I told him, like, what I see Moonbeam is that it looks like the community is really thinking about the community itself and how can we grow the community. Because when you think
Mhm.
about a lot of the solutions that we're coming up with, it's very tech oriented. It's I mean, we need a lot of skill set, to not lose our coins on tokens, and like every time that
Exactly.
even myself, like I was doing something, I don't know, yesterday or the day before, and I was like, okay, where's my tokens? I have to wait like for all the transactions to happen, to move to layers. And I was like, okay, let's
It's
how this
terrifying.
change a little bit. It's gonna change a little bit for a couple of minutes. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
no, like people won't use crypto if it's the way, at least to like full mass adoption, if it's the way it is right now. Like you
Yeah,
can't expect everybody to be tech savvy to be able to manage their money and stuff like this. Like there's already apps coming out, the apps like Argent, which are handling well, not on Polkadot, but basically just a way of having wallets that are more secure for user against user error. Because crypto gives you the tools to do all the user error you want, which is it's cool for power users like me or you or stuff, or people in this chat
yeah,
mostly. But for the average user, that's a no go. Like that's
yeah,
imagine just sending like all your life savings to the wrong wallet
yeah,
accidentally, and then you're just like, okay, how is this gonna work?
yeah. It happens a lot. And you mentioned about Moonbeam and Moonriver. How was it deployed? How was the process of deploying in Moonbeam and Moonriver? Was easy, smooth?
I've developed like when we started coding crypto stuff like Solidity and stuff, we were trying to learn Solidity, learning like ethers and stuff like that. When we started doing this, me and Small, so we coded a little bit on Ethereum, a little bit on Binance Smart Chain, and then Moonriver. And honestly, Moonriver has been so smooth. Like from the beginning, it has like in terms of from a developer perspective, it's been super smooth. There's very few issues. Only recently we started seeing issues with the release and KSM updates with the block times and stuff. But before that, it was a really smooth process. And Kusama is doing what it's meant to do, basically just like get down, Mr. President, Polkadot, which
Yeah,
is basically like we release updates to Kusama, and then if something's broken, then we don't do it to Polkadot. And it's a double-edged sword, but in terms of Moonriver programming, I think it's still the smoothest experience. Like it has like really good explorers already from the bat. From off the bat, it already has a lot of other DApps from Ethereum that are coming over, and that is just like, in my experience, just not a thing that happens. Like you can go to any other chain and almost any other chain. It's just like a hassle to work at, unless it's like Ethereum, Polygon, or BSC to some degree. They're probably better now than when we were using them. But back in the day when we were using them too, they were not good. Like One Harmony and stuff. It was just a bad developer experience. And Moonriver from the beginning has given us a pretty good developer experience, tech wise and also community wise. Like the community here is just like amazing. Like we know almost every other development team on the ecosystem, and we have chats with them on Telegram. We are like it's a mutual benefit, like benefit kind of relationships. Like even people like Remarkable and us were kind of like really strictly competing against each other in some way. We do it from like a friendly perspective, and we also like help each other a lot in terms of like um yeah, just coding issues we had and stuff with each other. And you don't see that, especially in like Binance Smart Chain. That never happens. Everybody tells you to basically like fuck off there. And it's just like, that's not cool. Like, it's better. It drives more innovation if we're not just competing, but we're also just helping each other out, elevate the entire ecosystem. Because then it also brings more people into the ecosystem. It builds it out more. It does more. At the end of the day, there's room for everybody here, at least for now. But um, it's been a great experience overall. And so we're glad. I'm glad that's the case because I've always been wanting these chains to succeed and build on them ideally. And the moment that they were live, we started building on them and it's worked out pretty well.
That's cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and I think this is one of the main focus of Moonbeam, right? When we think about our community, and people ask like, what's special about Moonbeam? I think the first thing that I mentioned is it's about the community because it's really very unique when you see in this crypto space. Like you can go to other chains, can go to other places, but you wouldn't have like that's I would say that support and level of information,
Mhm.
that you receive from several different people from different backgrounds. I
Yep.
remember we did a challenge with our ambassadors in the past, and we asked someone to help us out with some arts, to come up with some designs and so on. I received like 20 DMs, like I can help you out, and they developed amazing art. So we have from very different background skill sets, that can help
Mhm.
out. It's pretty cool. All
Yeah,
right.
no, it is. And Polkadot is great for that too. Not just like Moonriver and Moombeam, just Polkadot in general has been
Yeah,
pretty great for that.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Dot Sama
It's very,
ecosystem.
it's a very community driven, right, project in general when you think
Yeah,
of
and you see that with like the stats of people, just like developers in this ecosystem are increasing at a faster rate than any other ecosystem and stuff. And it's because it's honestly the tools are there. A lot of the tools are there. A lot of almost everything that kind of works on Ethereum is being ported over to especially Moonriver and Moonbeam. So like it's really easy to just use stuff that you coded in the past and kind of come here and use the same skills plus code you already wrote. So it's a good start.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. All right, guys, if you have questions, please put those questions over there in ask a question box, and at the end we're gonna go through those. But I think we're ready for the demo and maybe see a little bit more about the
Sure,
interface.
sure. I can demo some of this. Okay, so let me just share the screen. Uh,
All right, yeah, I can see it. I think I lost the sound. Yeah, we are having some technical issues that we lose the sound. Maybe it's every time that you share your screen and we lose the right. No, nothing yet. Maybe we're trying to reconnect. Jimena, you can help us out. Yeah. Let's
Yes,
see.
sure.
there. Okay. That's
Okay. Now I can hear you.
Yeah, but now I'm going to share the screen and it's not going to work. That is the issue. I think we found it. Let me try again, and then hopefully it's fine.
Okay. No, lost the sound. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Is the screen sharing, right? The
I share the screen instead of like,
maybe I can share mine. I don't know. And let's see one thing here. Just 1 second, guys. There. That's right slow.
yeah, you could try. If you don't mind, I can kind of guide you through it if that works. But I think we were having this trouble when we were practicing last week, and now we realized just now what the issue was.
Okay.
So the screen for some reason cuts out the microphone on my end. Can you talk from?
Okay.
I don't even do Crowdcast on mobile, but I could. But if you
Okay.
share the screen, I can guide them through it too. If that
Okay. Hopefully, I won't share
kind of
my
works.
sequence.
Yeah, make sure you. Yeah, exactly. Just make sure you have it like its own tab, its own window and stuff, just to be safe.
Okay. Let's see. Let me know if you guys can see it.
I can see it. I can see
All
it.
right. All right.
So yeah, basically right now you kind of have like at the top you have the marketplace, you have info where you can find information on Moonbeans in general, our tokens, what they mean, like what they do and stuff like that. Um, Currently we're 100% self-funded, and that's why we launched this stuff because we needed this to pay mostly for infrastructure costs. But anyways, if we go to the collection page, if you scroll down a bit, you can see that we have yeah, just a bunch of collections. And if you click on Beanies, for example, just to get like the full experience. Oh, you're on the wrong network too. I'm not sure what
Yes.
network you're on, but
Let me see.
you might want to be on Moonriver so that we get the most features out of this.
Okay, 1 second.
The Galactic Trading Code. Yeah.
All right.
So
Okay.
we're in Moonriver now. Yeah, cool. So if we scroll down, you get a little like description about the project, and you can see things like basic stats for the project, unique holders, listed for trading, etc. When you hover over them, you get to see the rarity as well. So oops, the screen's too small. See, this is stuff that happens when you code in 2 weeks. They kind of just fall out of the window size. But basically, this is like the experience that you get clicking on something. So let's click on a beanie, for example. Any beanie, doesn't matter which one.
Okay, and just to understand the number, like the lowest is the rarest. Is that it?
No, the lowest is the least rare.
Okay. So
So
I'm
the
gonna
higher the
choose.
number, the more rare it is. You're trying to find the rarest one here that you see.
Yes. Yes.
I think I can eyeball it. If you just keep scrolling down, I can tell you which is gonna be kind of really rare.
Yeah, okay.
They're just gonna like take some time to load, but okay. I think if you keep going, okay, the green one actually is gonna be a little rare. The green one with the furry, yeah, that one,
Uh,
52. See,
52.
um,
What is the rank? It's like what is the maximum number?
ooh, I think well, the maximum like theoretically or well, realistically, because it theoretically we didn't hit it. Like that's really low ends, like odds, like 0.00001% of landing the absolute rarest. But that
I
doesn't
see.
exist. I think the rarest right now is I want to say 79.
Okay.
Um,
And how do you come up with this rank? It's like you
it's
you
just
meet. Yeah, sorry.
it's based on odds for the asset. So each asset has its own odd. Like you can see there's eyes, there's a mouth, there's like a hat, and there's like clothes, but in this case it's a tail. Basically each of those have like a rarity attached to them. Like this one has a 1 out of 10 chance. This one has 1 out of 100 chance. And then basically the final score is a computation of landing like every single dice roll and then just based on the odds. So the higher the number means that you hit way lower odds of getting this like
I
rare,
see.
like this level of like rarity. Yes.
Okay, and it's good because you guys transform that into a rank, right? From a number that is more understandable to human brain, and instead of seeing all those logics and probability of getting one like, attribute or the other, like
Yeah, that's our
mm,
goal. To abstract it away from people so that they don't have to be like, oh, this is one of the rarest ones. It'll be quicker if they can just see that this is just in general rare. And you can see like a breakdown there. You can see common, 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 rare, uncommon. The reason this one's so high is that you can see that it has like a set, like the hat and the clothes match, which are the furry bean. So
right.
then the fact that they match, it's also in itself a dice roll, which boosts the odds by like the number a lot.
I
Because the
see.
chances of you getting a rare are 7%, the chances of you getting an uncommon are 8%, but the chances of getting this like the matching rare and uncommon are way lower. So it boosts it up like really hard.
I see. So
Um,
besides all there's percentage of rarity of probability of getting those, there's
mhm.
also the blend, right? The how they work together, right?
The final product, yeah, the final product will basically be like it's yeah, because it's not a vacuum. Like, but yeah, like at the end of the day, you every single asset is a vacuum, but combined, it's not a vacuum. It creates something more than itself, and that's also rarity itself.
That's cool. That's very cool.
But we handle most of what a normal marketplace right now handles. So you can bid on NFTs, you can buy out NFTs, you can list NFTs for a buyout, or you can list them for just bidding. Um, Basically, yeah, you can kind of get the example of everything here.
Yes.
You can send through this website too. If you own
Uh,
the beanie under the image, you'll see like a send button as well.
okay. And was this the first project in Moonbeams?
Um,
This collection?
Sorry. Oh, this collection. I don't. I'm not actually. I can't remember. I don't think so. It was one of the earlier ones, maybe second. I think it
Yes.
might have been first or second when we launched. alongside Rivermate. It was, I can't remember exactly which one came first, or maybe they both came at the same time. But yeah, so we have other stuff like you mentioned, like Pips Champions are really cool. I love the artwork that they're doing for their cards. Basically, they're trying to be the bicycle of crypto. Basically, you mint card sets and then you can play them. They're building tools around them, and other teams can build card games around them. And each deck is based on a random seed at the time that you mint it, and it's kind of cool. They have like really good artists and really good setups. There's also stuff like you mentioned, like Vibes, which was like the one where you can actually, we did a custom UI for this. It's kind of like a test run for a much larger future. What's it called? The future integration. Basically, Vibes is right now they have one song. You can customize that song to your liking in terms of like the beat, the theme, kind of everything, the style of the song. I see it takes longer to load. Oh, there it is, on depending on the computer. But basically,
Yeah.
you'll have a bunch of these sliders where you can kind of change how the sound sounds, how the music sounds, and then once you hit mint, you hit generate, it'll generate all the metadata you need for the NFT, and then when you hit mint, it'll actually mint an NFT that can play that music. Oh, yeah.
That's so
And
cool.
it's cool features. Like we're trying to right now, the minimum viable products is beta. It is open to people. We'll list pretty much any collection that comes to us, but we feature collections that are doing something different. They're building something unique, or that they're building something. So you have stuff like Pips, Detonation. Like I haven't seen this being done in NFTs yet. So this is like a cool kind of alpha into how a potential future use case and stuff like that, which are really fascinating to see. And we have other games like Bupasi Punks or Zombie Stories, who actually have games already in the like you can play them. They're just still in alpha, but you can play them, and that's like for an ecosystem that's been out 4 months, like really surreal. And it's pretty cool. We're trying to enable those collections. We want to enable NFT makers to not have to deal with the marketplace. They can focus on what they want to do. If they want to build a game, they want to build a community, they want to do X, Y, and Z, we'll build a marketplace, and they can handle their coding from their side to handle what they want to do. And we try to make it in a way that we take a very small cut. I think we're the smallest cut NFT marketplace in crypto, period. Like we take the smallest cut out of any NFT marketplace in
Yeah.
crypto.
And
And sorry, go ahead.
no, I mean, I, I think this is like a very unique case, right? Like you
Mhm.
mentioned about like having the music over here, and we're gonna explore more and more of these features. But how did that work? Like you guys developed that within the team behind it, and then
Okay.
this will probably become a module that people with other ideas of project can kind of use the same tools.
Yeah. Oh, so this was actually, so the right column was actually coded by them, by
Okay.
Vibes. So they coded it. And what we do is that we built a UI that can import their code into our marketplace. In the future, yes, this could be, it's more standalone version where what you could do is that people can import their custom UI modules into this basically. And then they could do customized, like we could have a tab in when you go to a collection. Let's say you go to a new collection and they have a unique use case, like in this case Vibes. It could be a tab where they insert the code into, they inject the code into our website, as opposed to having to code in our website. They could just code it on their end, and then it gets inputted into ours. And that would allow for stuff like this, which they can focus on what they're trying to actually build. We can focus on what we're building, and together we come together and make something greater. Like the sum of all the parts is greater than each individual part kind of vibe. And I think it's quicker. It's quicker development, faster, better for the ecosystem and stuff, and better for the specific teams when they don't have to worry about this. And like I mentioned, we have the lowest cut for that reason. We don't want to be like restrictively messing with collections. We want to enable them, and we allow secondary royalties too. So like they can also set a royalty on top of the small cut that we take, because that way then they also benefit financially from listing in our marketplace. If they want to have a 7% tax, for example, that's very doable, and all these things. Yeah, we're trying to build a platform that makes it really easy for the NFT creators themselves. And regardless of what they want to do, whether it's art, uh, communities, or video games, music, whatever it is, we want to be able to support it in an easy format for them so that they can just come in, sell their stuff, make revenue so they can keep building what they're trying to build and get their vision out.
That is so cool. That is so cool. And there's so many collections already. I see here.
Yeah, we have a decent chunk of them, people that have been wanting to be added into the marketplace. In the future, it's going to be automated. So we will have, when we launch the full product, we will have anything that's automatically created as an NFT will be added to the website, but we'll have a curated. So we'll have like a curated view and a non-curated and an ape view, basically. So for curate, we'll be using our Beans token and the community DAO as like the curation mechanism.
Okay.
Slightly kind of like how Remarkable does it. People will be able to curate their, let's say, my name is Johnny and I'm coming with a new NFT collection and I want it to be verified, curated. Then I would have to put in a collateral X amount of beans into like a contract that will lock them and return them after like 3 months or whatever. And the community votes on it. If they like and they see the direction the project is taking and stuff, it can become curated. At which point, then those locked beans kind of stay as like a backup for, let's say a collection comes, they mint out and then they rug and they just F off. Then we keep the collateral being the beans as like a way of distributing some value back to the people that were left behind holding the bags. And it's like a way of kind of adding accountability to NFT projects that want to be at the forefront. Like if they want to be like, oh, you should do marketing for me, you should be like, we're going to do A, B, and C. Then if we're putting our name on the line, we want you to put something on the line too, because at the end of the day, we don't want to be enabling rugs. We want to be enabling true collectors, true artists, true developers. So
Right.
we're trying to build a system that will make it more difficult, or at least, at the very least, help people who are left holding the bags at the end.
That's cool. That's very cool. So what else? Well, what can we? Maybe
For
we can
demos?
go. Sorry.
Oh yeah, for demos.
Yeah. Maybe we go here
Yeah,
for.
yeah, you can go to the info page. We have a bridge, an NFT bridge actually, as well, courtesy of Composable. It's at the bottom bridge next to info. It'll open the website for Composable because we haven't built a UI around it. Plus, they're still working. It's a beta. But
Okay.
basically, right now, you can send NFTs to Ethereum, actually, or back and forth. And you can mint on here, for example, and go sell it on Ethereum. So you can mint here for like pennies and then go sell it on Ethereum, or vice versa. You can just like buy something on Ethereum, send it over here.
And how does that work? It's like a wrapped version of the NFT. That is.
Yes, it looks like it. We were testing it and stuff, but it's a wrapped version of the NFT. So right now, I think they're working on fleshing this product a lot more out, so you can have a non-wrapped version of the NFT. Because that'd be ideal if you can have like send a beanie from here to there. It'll be contract to contract, and it will be a beanie contract in Ethereum, and not just a wrapped beanie in a
I
new
see.
contract. Ideally, but that doesn't not quite there yet. But that will enable our integration with Moonbeam that's coming out pretty soon. And Moonbeam is, we're going to be launching our marketplace soonish on Moonbeam. We already launched our token. We're launching our NFT marketplace, and we're going to be launching alongside our first collection, which is going to be Exile Razors. I don't know if you guys have heard about them. They're doing some really cool stuff. Like
Yes.
it's probably the NFT I'm most excited for. Personally, after I got some alpha leaked from them, and it looks really cool. Everything looks amazing. Like not just the art, but the focus is the art, and the art itself is beautiful already. And I think that's what we need in the ecosystem. Like we have a lot of collections, but we don't have a lot of very polished collections. And I think this will be the first of probably the first really polished collection in terms of artwork, which I'm excited for. And our goal is to launch a Moonbeam or be Moonbeam compatible with the marketplace, because I mentioned we coded it in 2 weeks. So we focused really hard on making it work for Moonriver and nothing else. So now we're working on backtracking and making it be multi-chain. Because the moment we have that availability, we can launch on things like Ethereum and use it as a way to drag people from Ethereum into Polkadot as well.
Right.
We can show them that we have a nice platform which is trying to be native to Polkadot, Moonriver, and Moonbeam specifically, and then start bringing people into seeing that there's things being built here and there's adoption here.
See, yeah, and you mentioned about the X spaces. So, how's the process of, let's say that somebody wants to create an NFT collection and they want to get in touch with you guys and launch through you? Do you
Just
guys launch the NFT as well? Like, can we mint through Moonbeans or, yeah?
you can mint through Moonbeans, or you can mint through their website. For example, if you go to the demo, if you go back to Marketplace and you go to Pips again, you can see that there's a minting label to it. So you can see there's like Neon Crisis Trading, Pips minting. Basically anything you can mint through our website. Like right here, you can select how many you want to mint, and then you can mint it. Basically, it's like a backup case for people that don't want to build a minting page themselves. We have the contracts, we have everything, we can link it up easily. We can just provide you the minting page itself too. And in the future, we'll be able to mint exclusively from Moonbeams as well, kind of like OpenSea does it and most NFT marketplaces. Mostly as a way of making it really easy for the user to be able to log into a website and then start minting right away.
That's cool.
Yeah, start minting in an easy, like kind of wizard, like step-by-step guide.
You mentioned about like launching in Moonbeam pretty soon. Can you talk to us a little bit more about the roadmap and what can we expect from Moonbeams?
So the very near future roadmap, like extremely near, is going to be Moonbeam integration, at which point we'll enable connection trading and minting and stuff on Moonbeam and Moonriver. Soon after that, we're hoping to we'll talk to Composable and stuff and try to have it so there's a way to change it, send NFTs back and forth between the two chains in like a better format. While all that's happening, we will be focusing on our full product launch, which will be Moonbeans 2.0, which is going to be no longer a beta and it's going to be the full product. We'll allow a lot more stuff. And once this is out and working well in Moonbeam and on Glimmer and Moonriver, then the plan is to, like I mentioned, launch it on Ethereum as well, just to start getting the name out and getting adoption into Sama, start dragging people, artists and other people from other ecosystems into Sama,
Right.
as well as creating the tools, like the documentation, the seminars, like kind of like teaching people from the real world how to get into crypto too. So we can drag artists from multiple avenues into Sama and start developing, hopefully, ideally, more adoption. And I think that's a roadmap for at least the next months.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, you said pretty soon, right? We're gonna see in Moonbeam as well.
Yeah, we're hoping that by under a week, we should be live
Okay.
on Moonbeam.
Okay, so that's good. That's good.
Mhm.
Can't wait to see that. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
it'd be cool.
collections in here. Is there, like you mentioned about the X races being like one that you're most excited of?
Yeah,
Um,
it'll be our launching collection, and I'm also on the team. I'm on the Exosama team. I'm helping build out websites and stuff for Exosama and Moonsama, and we can list them as well. They'll have their own dedicated marketplace from Tanya as well, but we can list them as well. And I think our goal is to launch with Excel Racers as like the first collection for Moonbeam.
oh, that's cool. All right, that's cool. All right. Should can I stop sharing? Is there anything else that you would like to
No,
show here?
I think we can stop sharing now.
Okay. Okay, that was pretty cool. I really like all the user interface, and it blew my mind that you guys did that in 2 weeks. It's amazing.
Yeah, at least with the most of it, like the rarities you were seeing, the kind of the general view, everything like that. The stats came after, and obviously more collections over time. But yeah,
All right. We do have some questions over here, and soon enough, guys, we will do the trivia. So um, maybe Jimena can share again the link so people are already engaged in how to join the trivia, so they don't fall behind. But maybe we can go through one of those questions if that's okay for you.
Yeah, we can go through
So
all the questions.
yeah, um, so I think one of the questions is these all NFT collections have the rarity number like you showed.
No, currently Beanies do. I think that's the only one that's set up for it. The biggest issue is that a lot of collections, especially the earlier ones, they did their own stuff. So like they how do I explain this? So since it was the Wild West on Moonriver and everybody was coding however they wanted to code, there was kind of not really a standard in how they were handling rarity. So we can filter by rarity based on the NFT's metadata, but computing a number out of that metadata, it's a little bit difficult right now. So I think our goal is to implement a system that is able to compute those. Basically, right now, if you go to DPS, actually, you close the thing, but if you go to DPS and you click on it, you will see the rarities. You will see like all the assets and their associated rarities, but it won't show a final number because it depends a lot on how they want to display that final number. Like if they want to be like, oh, having a set is worth more or less or whatever. So we're brainstorming a way of, I think we're going to go with like a base number for everybody, like just raw stats based out of the assets and not worry about sets and stuff unless their metadata specifies it. But a lot of people are not doing that right now. So the current one that we have set up, which is like the Beanies one, doesn't do that. You can see the one final number for Beanies, but not for the other ones, but you can see the rarities of the other ones too.
Okay, all right. A couple of questions here that I saw. When Moonbeam NFT marketplace? So that's already answered, right?
Soon.
In about a
Soon.
week. And I
Yeah.
imagine that the Exile Races team, it's probably going to be right afterwards, right? If people want to know when it's going to be launched, I think it's better to follow up with the team itself, like with
Yeah,
in
you'll get more
their.
information from them, but they'll be launching with us or pretty much soon with us, or at the very least, I know we have set up a kind of ultra rare auction for an XL Razor, and I think that might be like the opening event for when we launch the NFT marketplace. What they're gonna do is they're gonna have an auction where people will bid on an ultra rare XL Razor and using our platform. And then the winning bid will be selected as the winner when X time closes. And then after that, they'll probably make an announcement when the entire mint is available.
All right. I see questions here, a little bit more basic side, like will NFTs will be stored in the blockchain or not, like OpenSea? I guess the answer is yes. Of
Sure.
all NFTs
Yes.
is stored in the blockchain. Sure.
Yeah, all NFTs obviously are on the blockchain. We're trying to build a platform that will ease adoption. So we will try to abstract the blockchain away from users. Power users can access it. Like you log in via a wallet to the website and then you can interact with the website. The full product will be slightly different. You can either do it that way, like you can hook up your wallet and be there, or if you're a brand new person to crypto and you have no idea what you're doing, you come in, you can either sign up via email or we take you on like a wizard step-by-step guide on how to create your very own first wallet. Our goal is to get people into crypto and then into Web3. Because like grabbing someone right away and being like, come on, let's go into Web3. It's like, no,
Yeah.
it's like doing the hard drugs before you do like the softer drugs. Like it's not,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not, it's not the way. We need to get them in. Brand new people to crypto need to be eased in and then shown the way of Web3, not the other way around. So our goal in the platform is to kind of abstract the blockchain a little bit away from the user, from the average user. Power users will still be able to access it and stuff, but all the NFTs will always be on chain.
All right. Yeah. That's
And we're non-custodial. We're a non-custodial marketplace as well, which means basically that we never own your NFT. The
good to know.
NFT always stays in your wallet. Even when you list it for sale, like I believe OpenSea takes it from your wallet and they put it in like an escrow. So you lose the access to, like, let's say you were in a gated community and you no longer have that access while it's listed, even though it's not selling. You lose the entry, the ticket to get into something. This way you don't. It comes with its own problems later down the road, but at the end of the day, I think it's the better way. Remarkable does it the same way. We should not be scrolling NFTs. It should always stay in your wallet, no matter what, even if you list them.
Okay. Yeah, there's another question about if we could revisit how can we mint, but I guess we went through it, Jay, and we were gonna have this crowdcast here live copy on YouTube as well, so you're gonna be able to go back over there. But it's pretty simple compared to the other marketplace. It's a mint button, and that's pretty much it. And probably connect to your wallet. Since we're a little bit short in time, I guess you probably guys have tutorials on YouTube, or maybe
We
we
have,
can share the Discord and Telegram channel so they can have those questions.
yeah, through our website, you can find, if you saw the demo on our website, you see on the top right all our socials. You can see our GitHub, our Medium, our sub social, our Discord, Telegram, or Twitter. You can come into them, ask any questions. Our community is pretty helpful and they're pretty knowledgeable by now. So if you have any questions there, in terms of YouTube tutorials, we're working on setting up some high production value ones, but they take some time. We do have community made ones, I guess. They're all right. They do the job. So if you search it up, you might find some stuff by Crypto's Chain, for example, and he goes through the whole process of like checking our token out, looking at the marketplace and things like that. But those are community made. They're not endorsed by us. So like,
Okay.
keep an eye out for that.
All right. Hey, Miami, thank you so much for the chat. Do
Yeah,
you
no
have
problem.
any final comments before we go to trivia?
Oh no, I think thank you for having me. It was great. It was cool. 1,500 people. What the hell? That's a lot of people. That's more
Yeah,
people in our Telegram.
yeah, yeah. There's definitely a lot of people interested in that because Moonbeam is a very good project. I tell you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having and a lot of learning. A lot of interesting feature and a very good discussion too about the essence of NFTs, right? And go a little bit. So thank you for
Oh, I
that.
could rant about that. If you watch like an interview I did with Bruno and Shiny in December, we ranted for like an hour while Shiny just stayed quiet the entire time because he was just like, "This is not for me."
Yeah, yeah. So thank you again one more time.
Mhm.
Jimena, I'm gonna
Thank
pass it
you.
to you, and we can go to
Yes.
trivia.
Trivia time. Okay.
Oh,
I think Miami mentioned all the hints for the trivia. So let's go.
I try to hit them. I try to hit the talking points.
Okay, I'm going to add some music. I already left the link twice in the comment section. So I'm just going to get started here.
Should I announce the prices now or before or
Yeah,
after?
sure. You can mention
Okay,
them.
sure. So we're going to be giving away 3 vouchers, basically. So if you check our website out, you can see a collection called Beanie Butts, which are basically kind of like sushi pops. Like right now, they're just like a proof of attendance or achievement or something. Anyways, the winner of these, first place gets a rare Beanie Butt exchange ticket. Second place gets an uncommon, and third place gets a common. So basically, in the future, you'll be able to exchange these for an NFT for free. And based on the rarity, you'll be able to have multiple choices. And that's it, I guess. So it's I think it's 5 questions. We're pretty easy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think, Ivana, did you already start it?
Yes, sorry, I hit the button and well, Miami was mentioning the prices, but yeah, someone was asking for the pin. I will type it right now in the comments. Just give me one sec. But if you go to the link that I posted, you can go right into the trivia. Let's go to the second question.
I see Kenji doing trivia.
Yay! Okay, so the game pin is 2929547. Huh. Okay, good. 4 months. Next question. Scoreboard first. PSIC. Nice. Why did we choose to deploy on Moonbeam, Moonriver? Well, Moonriver by now. The future is multi-chain, of course. Scoreboard here. Huh, nice. Next question. How many years of combined experience does a team have coding? Nice. 14 years. Oh my God, Miami. That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's me and Smalls together, which I mentioned it was like 8-6 kind of thing. And then I didn't mention I hit all the talking points here.
Nice. Yeah, now, and how did Miami and Smalls meet?
Oh, this one maybe I didn't hit. Not exactly.
Taco Tuesday, maybe. Nice.
Taco Tuesday, yes.
And now the podium. Third place. Second place. And the winner is...
Yes.
Yay! Nice. Thank you guys for participating. And thank you, Miami, for having the time to join us. Thank you, Thiago. It's been awesome.
Yeah, of course.
The crowd went crazy about you guys and some other projects you mentioned. So yeah, please stay tuned. We will have more announcements coming soon and more Moonbeam sessions going from our end.
Thank you so much, guys. See you next time.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.